Hey everyone, it's Jalen. Welcome to my performance review of the new Ja Morant 1s. So before we start talking about the shoes, I want to introduce myself a little bit further. Once again, my name is Jalen. I have been playing basketball pretty much my entire life. I've been playing in rec leagues and things of that nature since I was about 5. And then moved on to playing AAU, and once again continuing rec ball, doing summer camps and all things of that nature. Then continued to play in middle school, then playing high school as well, doing junior varsity and varsity. And throughout all that time, I did take the sport very seriously. I did train and do a lot of different things to make sure I was perfecting my game. I still train today, not as intense as I was in high school and things of that nature, but I still do play today. Even when I was in college, I also played for a club basketball team that I helped form, which was basically us playing against different colleges as well. So I've continued to play the game and still continue to play the game today, even in the form of men's rec leagues and pickup at my local gyms as well. So the Ja Morant 1s come in this blue Nike box. Comes with the logo on the front. Comes with 12 right there, his name on the side, and 12 kind of scratched out on the back as well. Pretty cool box, nice presentation, and it also kind of has like a cool thing with his name right here as well. So now on to the shoes. The shoe colorway I have is the Family Trivia colorway. This was the second colorway to release behind the Day 1s. The Day 1s sold out, so I wasn't able to really get a pair of those. But I did end up getting these from Dick's Sporting Goods. They were $110 retail, obviously with tax. I think that was like $117 where I'm at. You know, prices may vary depending on where you are and your state taxes and everything. But besides all that, this colorway is pretty cool. It's like a beige color, kind of off-whitish eggshell color. And then you have green, blue right there. Then you have 12 on the back. And then there's also little questions on there as well, alluding to that family trivia. And then there's also more on there as well. And then, yeah, the only real difference between the left and the right shoe is pretty much the 12 on the back. Everything else is pretty much the same. So with all the cosmetics stuff out of the way, let's move on to the actual performance of the shoe. So this shoe comes with a kind of a non-traditional herringbone traction, but as some may know, that herringbone traction is pretty much the best stuff that you can have for a basketball shoe. It never really fails. It's been the standard for a long time. Traction, I give it pretty much a 10 out of 10. The only thing you have to do, like most basketball shoes, is just wipe, make sure it's clean after every couple of up and downs, and you're pretty much good to go. So I give the traction, once again, a 10 out of 10. Next, moving on to the cushion. The cushion is an EVA, full bed of EVA foam, so pretty much standard kind of Nike foam that they use. And then there's a Zoom Air unit located right here. It's kind of like a small rectangular-ish puck right there in the midfoot area, so that helps with jumping and taking off. Landing, not as much, but it really does help with the jump, with the jumping process. So it helps you feel like you're getting higher. You can feel a little bit when you're landing, but not as much. I'm 6 feet, 185 pounds. For me, the shoe is not too bad when it comes to cushion and mostly shock absorption, but I'm a little bit heavy footed. So for me, I'm more like something like the Mellow Ball 2s, right? So I've been playing in both of these shoes back and forth for about the past month. And these, when my knees aren't feeling the best that day, or just I want something that's going to be a little bit more shock absorbent, I tend to rock the Mellow 2s. So for those who are looking for something like a little bit more shock absorbent, I highly recommend these. But back to the Jaws. So cushion, I give the cushion about a 6 or 7 in these. Not really the best, but once again, not bad for a $110 sneaker. So now moving on to the uppers of the Jaws. So as you see, the Jaws are made of kind of like a mesh material and synthetic leather material. So Nike did a great job of placing the synthetic leather strategically. So they put it around the toe box area to contain your toes and a little bit of that forefoot so that your foot isn't flying out as you're doing jumping movements. and which I really like because I've had shoes that have way too much space in the toe box, and I wasn't really a fan of that because it felt like I started straining my toes as I was doing jumping movements and doing certain side-to-side movements. And speaking of the toe box, it is slightly narrow in the toe box, but it's pretty much a standard Nike basketball fit. So I would highly recommend that you just wear your same size. Now, if you're wide-footed, I would say go up half a size. Moving on to the midfoot area, you have your synthetic leather in there as well, which does a really great job of when you lace the shoes, they really contain and hug your foot. For me, once again, and I'm sprinkling footage in throughout as well, me playing in these, I really play on kind of my forefoot and really do a lot of jabbing movements and do a lot of quick crosses and cuts. So for me, if my foot felt contained and I never felt like I'm leaning over the shoe one way or another as I'm playing, I've had that happen where it feels like I'm leaning over the footbed of a shoe because the upper is not containing enough. So really happy with the containment of these shoes, and I think they do a great job. So with that being said, the mesh in there as well does a great job of keeping the shoe lightweight and breathable. So overall, I give these uppers, I would say probably an 8 out of 10. The heel lockdown is good as well. It's not the absolute best. I'm always a big fan of having a lot of cushion right here, which these have more than the average shoe do in this area. But if they could have plumped it up a little bit more, that would have been great. And for the most part, the uppers are pretty containing. The only reason I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 is because of slight sole separation. It's kind of hard to see here, but there's been slight sole separation as I've been playing in these. Let me see if I can show you on the other shoe. But yeah, there's been slight sole separation. Actually, you can see it a lot better here. There's been slight sole separation, and I've used, yep, here we go, even better. I've been using super glue to kind of keep these attached. I've only had the super glue them once, but yeah, I just kind of dropped super glue in there and pressed them to hold it down and make sure it glues itself back together. But that's been an issue. But overall, I do think these are great. And actually, I'm going to compare them to a shoe that's like $150-ish. I think it's like $160. I have to go check the price on these again. But these, I had issues with the uppers because of the heel lockdown. There was no heel lockdown. So I tried a runner's knot and various other things, and they just didn't work out. And this shoe costs way more. So for 110 bucks, this is a great product. So now to my overall conclusion of the Ja 1s. I'm really a big fan of the Ja 1s, especially for $110. First signature model, I think they did a great job. I've seen plenty of different colors on the internet that I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully, Ja and Nike can continue their partnership going into the future. I know that there's been some recent off the court issues, but hopefully they can continue. Cushion is not too bad. Traction is phenomenal. Containment is great. Two of the biggest things I look for in a shoe. So for me, I give the Jaws about an 8 out of 10. If they can really add a nice cushion setup to this shoe for the next following model, I think these can be a knock out the park, moving into that same kind of space that the Kyries were. So hopefully Nike can do that. Last but not least, the shoe of the day. So as I'm going to start rolling out more performance reviews, I'm going to show you the sneakers that I'm wearing today. So today are the Lucky Green Jordan 2s. This was a nice colorway that Jordan came out with. I know they're trying to do a lot more with the Jordan 2s this year. So plain simple. I feel like it's slept on, so I hope people keep sleeping on them, because I need more pairs of Jordan 2s. Thank you for watching my first performance review of the Ja Morant 1s. Please come back, like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And hopefully I will see you soon with a new video.
Y'all be safe. You know 12 out here. You know 12 out here.